There are nights that slip quietly into memory, and then there are nights that crash into your life, reshaping everything you thought you knew. I never expected that one evening with my stepdad, someone I thought I barely knew, would leave me questioning everything about love, family, and myself. My stepdad, let's call him Mark, was more of a shadow than a parent. He married my mom when I was 17, and I always kept my distance. He was polite, respectful, but we never shared more than a passing hello. It wasn't dislike, it was just nothing. Then, when I was 22, my mom went out of town for a business trip. It was just the two of us in that big, silent house. The air felt strange, heavier than usual. I told myself it was just awkwardness. That night, a storm rolled in. The wind howled against the windows. The power flickered, then went out completely. The house sank into darkness. I went downstairs to find candles. He was already there, sitting in the dim light of the fireplace. "Looks like we're stuck with candlelight tonight," he joked softly. I laughed nervously. It was the first real laugh we'd shared. We ended up sitting across from each other, just talking about music, about my plans for the future, about his regrets. For the first time, I saw him not as mom's husband, but as a person. Someone lonely, someone kind, someone who listened to me, really listened. The rain pounded harder, thunder shook the walls. At some point, the conversation turned personal. He told me how hard it had been stepping into my life so late. I admitted I never gave him a chance. Our eyes met in the warm glow of the fire. Something shifted, like the whole world went quiet for a moment. When the storm knocked out the heat, the house grew freezing cold. He grabbed a blanket and tossed it over both of us. I thought my heart might leap out of my chest. I could feel how close he was. I could hear his breathing. And then he smiled at me, not the polite smile I'd seen before, something softer. Something that made me shiver in a way the cold never could. We stayed up all night talking by the fire. No phones, no distractions, just two people finally seeing each other clearly. By sunrise, the storm had passed. I should have been exhausted, but I'd never felt so awake. We didn't cross any lines, but something between us had undeniably changed. When Mom came home later that day, I couldn't look at him the same way. He wasn't just my stepdad anymore. He was someone I understood, someone who understood me, and that was terrifying. Even now, I ask myself, was it wrong to feel that connection? Was it just the storm, the loneliness, or something deeper waiting to surface all along? That night didn't end with a kiss or anything scandalous, but it changed the way I see him and myself forever. Because sometimes the most unforgettable nights are the ones where nothing happens, and yet everything changes.